What's going on, guys? I am your host, Asthmatic, and welcome to day 3 of my WonderCon coverage. And I know the first thing you're thinking is, why are you in your bedroom and not at WonderCon? And that's because yesterday, the time of the convention for me was cut a little bit short, but I did have the opportunity to get an amazing interview with David, who's a fantastic Fallout cosplayer. He's going to be listed in the description below. His interview's coming right up. But fear not, just because I didn't have time to record a fancy intro and outro doesn't mean I didn't have time to record some awesome footage at all of the booths featuring video games. So we've got Nintendo, Valve was there with a cool store. We had some sweet footage of the world's largest playable NES controller. But I'm going to stop talking about it and just let you guys get to the video. So enjoy. What's going on, guys? I'm down here on the hall floor, or rather right in front of the hall floor, and I've gotten to catch up with one of the most amazing Fallout cosplays I've ever seen. So, David, how you doing today?
I'm very good. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well as well. Thank you for asking. So, you're a cosplayer, and what kind of stuff, what got you into cosplay, really?
Well, I was 9 years old. I saw John Carpenter's The Thing, and to break it down into a much larger picture, that was the moment I knew my life was somehow going to revolve around animatronics. So
Amazing.
I did some, special effects makeup over the course of the next couple of years, really like decade or so. Nothing major, nothing you would ever have seen in anything that you've, would recognize.
Right.
But, for small projects, clients, people. And then I started to get into prop building, and that took over my life, basically. I became much less of a makeup artist, much more of a prop builder. And then I went from prop building to going on to an actual special effects makeup school, the Tom Savini Special Effects Makeup School in Western Pennsylvania. I graduated from there in 2012 and have been doing special effects makeup and prop building professionally ever since. It was actually at the point when I was in school building Fallout props in props class from my favorite, Fallout games, that I was like, hey, I've got these props now. Maybe I should I love Halloween and I love dressing up at every opportunity that's not Halloween. Maybe I should do a cosplay to go along with these weapons instead of just making them to hang on my wall over my mantle and display.
To make it something more.
Because I'm rich enough to have a fireplace with a mantle. So that's where it stemmed from. The real actual original major serious cosplay that I did, which I've done several since. And I usually like to do obscure cosplays that are never seen anywhere, and people are like, oh my god, dude, it's that guy from that thing, and they can never name the character.
You can never remember.
I'll go to get into that in a second, but yeah, Fallout was definitely the first major one, and as I was discussing with Matt a little bit earlier, it's the sort of thing where it's not restricted. It's not restrictive in terms of what you can mix and match with the cosplay, because there's been so many variations on the main character of the Fallout series, the Lone Wanderer, the Lone Survivor, the Courier, so it's kind of okay in my mind to not have a specific format of costume and be able to go, oh, well, I don't feel like wearing this to this con today, let's leave this out and put this here instead. And, so yesterday was definitely the largest amount of things that were on me, comparably to the last time I went to a con with a plasma rifle in one hand and a minigun strapped over my shoulder in the other. That was a pretty sore day the next day as well. But yeah, I've done some other very obscure cosplays. One in particular that I got a lot of recognition for. Matthew McConaughey actually saw it and liked it on his page. This was a long time ago. He didn't comment or anything, but I did a Denton Van Zandt cosplay from Reign of Fire. I shaved my head, I grew a beard, and I dyed it blonde, and it was pretty legit. You might be able to find a picture of it and stick it on the screen somewhere.
We'll get it on there. Oh yeah.
But it was. I do serious. I don't bald cap and lay hair. I grow a beard and shave my head. I done some Terminator T-800 costumes where half my face was blown off. You shave half your head, spike it up like Schwarzenegger, and lay some appliances down where your head is now bald, and then the next day you just shave your head and let it all grow back.
There you go.
So I am what you would refer to as, yes, a very serious cosplayer, and because of my Fallout cosplay, I have at times, no names to be mentioned specifically, but been invited by certain Bethesda employees to Bethesda related events. I was actually at the Bethesda E3 showcase at the Dolby Theater, which is where they have the Oscars, and got to sit in the same row as the president of Bethesda and his wife, Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman in the 60s, who both gave me a head nod because I was in costume.
What? That's amazing.
With my plasma rifle sitting in the Dolby Theater where they have the Oscars.
You're doing it right.
Like, this guy's got it right.
That's awesome.
Wonder Woman head nod. I was like, yes.
That's success. Check that off.
And then I went kind of in, not an actual Fallout cosplay, but I have a jacket with when a certain hairstyle and beard length is upon my face and head, I look a little bit like Elder Maxon from Fallout 4, people say.
All right.
So as the game was coming out, I wore this Denton Van Zandt vest that I have that kind of resembles his, jacket with the fur lapel, and got a picture in front of the Fallout 4 background, and people were like, Elder Maxon photo, Elder Maxon photo,
yeah.
Elder Maxon meme, so.
Spot on.
But yeah, that was another thing that Bethesda was like, hey, do you want to come to the Fallout 4 launch party in Los Angeles? I was like, is this a trick question?
I'm there.
So it's definitely something that I wouldn't say I'm on a professional level like Yaya Han or Jessica Nigri or anything like that. Those women do this 100%.
That's it.
That is their job. I have a real job. I do makeup on movies.
You've got a day job.
I build props and ship them to countries as big as Germany and China, and to countries as small as Malta, little islands.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah, I build mostly plasma rifles and Pip-Boys, but take custom requests and stuff as well.
Wonderful.
It's just a lot of people saw Pip-Boys and plasma rifles, and I just got hundreds and hundreds of
That's what people wanted.
I have emails I still haven't even gotten to from last year. It's crazy. So
wow.
But it's fun. I really enjoy doing it professionally, and there will always be a little bit of kid in me. So as long as that little bit of kid still exists in me, I'm not going to grow up and say there isn't a day outside of Halloween where I won't want to be somebody else for a couple hours and make people laugh and be entertained, and So I do it for me, but I also do it for the entertainment of the people that the wows and the oohs and the ahs and that what brings me joy ultimately is bringing the people who are oohing and ahhing at my work joy. It's less of a vanity thing. Oh, they're looking at me, look at me. It's more, oh shit, these people are super entertained by my hard work. Yes, it's paid off.
Yeah, because you get to go in front of other people who have played Fallout and who have loved this game series for so long, and now they actually get to meet these characters. That's what you get to do for people.
And I'm not I don't remotely consider myself anything of a celebrity, but I have been recognized in public, not in costume, by people who were like, oh my God, you're a Shogun named David. You're David Broido from Facebook. You're that guy who does the fucking Fallout. I'm just like, well, I'm just
You're
a
like,
dude.
yes,
I bleed. If you cut me, I'm just gonna bleed red, just like you, man. Like, no, I'm not special, you know. But it's cool. It's nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely cool and nice to get looked up to by people who, not necessarily, you know, lack the skill to do what you do and would like to be able to make their own props or do makeup, or just have never undertook the training, just have never gotten to that point where they know how to do the things that you do. And so they look up to you and they say, oh, well, I wish I could build props like you one day. Well, guess what? You can. Start building now and you will build props like me one day, you know? It's like, it's that simple. You just put your mind to it and you go and have fun along the way. Never have I looked at a special effects job or a prop building job or anything like that and not been able to, even if it was tiring and the hours were ridiculous and the boss sucked, of which I will not mention any names, but I've been on plenty of those.
It happens.
It's, I'm here to do this. I moved to California to do this. I'm from Philadelphia originally.
Wow.
There is not a whole lot of work like this out in Philadelphia, as you can imagine. I mean, it happens, but it's plentiful here. There's 100 people like me walking into this town every day wanting this job. So you have to be able to present yourself in a way that people want to work with you, want to hire you. You have a good reputation, you've got a good portfolio, and I think I did a good enough job at that. I get
yes, sir.
I get decent work. I'm happy. I don't work as much as I'd like to, but I'm happy with the amount of work and who it's with, and you know. And I always have the fallback on knowing that even if I'm not working in a shop or on a set of a movie, I'm building props for customers around the world in my living room, and that
help other people out.
That pays the bills. So it all ultimately results in my always supporting getting dressed up in a costume and being somebody else for the day if it makes you feel good or the other people around you feel good at what they're, you know, seeing from your work.
Yeah, and that's awesome, because with cosplay, you know, there's a lot of resources that you have to dump into that. It's not just time, it's money and it's brain power, because you have to come up with how you're going to build things, and to have, like, if people at home are like, you know, like, I want to make this or have that, but I don't have the skill, or I don't have the time or the money, like, you know, there are other people out here like David who want to help you with that, people who have done these things before that want to take their resources, their products, and pass them on to you to help make your cosplays better as well. And that's awesome to hear that you're not just about, like, oh, like, I want to have great cosplays to have people look at me. Like, he's part of what makes the Fallout culture, what makes the whole Fallout experience great, is these amazing cosplayers like David right here. And it's amazing to see that the companies like Bethesda, and the same is true in other subcultures as well, with other games and movie franchises as well, to see that the developers engage these cosplayers as well, and that they love to see these, love to see that fandom and that love of the game taken to the next level like that.
Yeah, so. I was going to say, as a matter of fact, not to, you know, toot, but I was actually just kind of like, fangirl this morning, because Obsidian Entertainment followed my Instagram this morning. Woo! And they are the developer of Fallout New Vegas.
Oh yeah.
So and that is arguably my favorite Fallout. So
there you go.
like, every opportunity that I have, I go through Good Springs, Nevada, and I hang out at the Pioneer Saloon. I know the owner and his son, and you know, so they're very welcome there, and you know, so I usually go in costume, of course, and take photos and be silly. And there's actually a video I just posted on my Facebook, and it was in costume and giving like we're shooting like a National Geographic and here we are in the Good Springs, Nevada, the post-apocalyptic Good Springs, Nevada, and here's the Pioneer Saloon and the Good Springs General Store. This whole big little thing. It was pretty funny. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I try and like I said, any excuse to be silly and make people laugh while in costume.
Heck yeah.
I'm there.
Make that experience better for everybody.
I'm there. I love it.
That's awesome.
Not just restrictive to Fallout, anything, but specifically Fallout.
Yeah, that's your thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. And like you mentioned, that's on you. You've got that video and other stuff on your Facebook page.
Oh yeah, you'll have access to any of the stuff you want to put in your video and all that good stuff.
I'll of course get his Facebook page linked down below in the description for you guys. David, did you have anything else you wanted to add or anything?
Cosplay forever. Don't ever let anybody tell you look stupid in a costume. It doesn't matter if you're fat, you're skinny, you're short, you're tall, you're black, you're white, you're yellow, you're gray, you're purple. Get dressed up in a cosplay right now. Go out on the town, have fun, scream at the top of well, maybe not scream at the top of your lungs, but let everybody know that you are having fun in costume and that you don't care what they think.
All right, well, that's going to go ahead and do it for me at WonderCon 2016. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out. The show was a ton of fun, but the best part was getting to share it with all of the wonderful people that I had a chance to interview and to share it with all of you guys at home. So thank you so much for coming out and for watching. I'm going to be going to E3, I believe, is the next show, and I'm going to be filming everything that I can there. You know, again, I don't have all the details about that yet, but please follow on Twitter at Asthmatic117 to get all the details about my special E3 coverage as I figure it out exactly how that's going to play out. So again, thank you very much to everyone. Check the description of all the videos for information on how to find the people who are actually in those videos. And I have to send out a huge thank you to my girlfriend Maddie, who spent pretty much most of her time in the exhibit hall this weekend running around with the GoPro, filming me talking to other people. So I love you. Thank you very much, Maddie, for doing that. You guys can check her out on Twitter at MeltyCatCosplay. She is a fantastic cosplayer, and she will post all of her cosplay stuff over on her Twitter feed right there. So thank you guys very much. We'll see you at E3. Have a good one.